We're turning a 8 by 8 by 8 foot cube into a 8 foot by about 7 foot by about 6 foot mobile structure. This Y portion is actually what is cut off the Y vertical portion of the 8 foot 2x4 to fit down in the basement. And this structure, along with that identical structure over there, will combine to make another one of these 6x8 mobile units. Measure twice, cut once. This is the easiest way to cut multiple pieces, get them to be exactly the same, make good cuts. Basically, you find something that's already 90 degrees. I put this block of wood here just because there's all this mechanics and stuff going on. This just gives me a nice 90-degree surface here. And I've got 2x4, 8 foot long that I want to cut my template 16-inch pieces off of. So I'll show you how I use the triangle and the ruler to mark it up and get it cut real easy. First thing you want to notice is that, of course, it's all squared up. So if I was to go like this down here, that end is all squared up at 90 degrees too. Put your template down on the first piece and you're going to draw a line right there. Next piece, same thing. Place your triangle and redraw the line just to confirm it's on there at 90 degrees. Here's all our Y vector vertical 2x4 marked up to 16-inch template cutoff portions. That leaves 80 inches for height. These here 2x4s are going to be the Z vector, the width portion, and they're going to fit in between two of the X length portions, which are this wide here. So we had to factor that into our cut for a total of 6 foot. 2x4s are each 1.5 inches wide. So we got 3 inches to add to that. Six foot is 72 inches minus 3 inches is 69. And I like to mark it above and below. That gives me 2 dead-on marks right there. Measure twice, cut once. Then use your triangle combined with the 2 marks to make your cut line. Like our Y template, we now have our Z template. We'll make it look pretty. It's a chop saw, just Chicago electric power tools from Harbor Freight. Well, I'll tell you, this is a great chop saw. It's done everything I ever asked it to do and been the most convenient way to cut wood. Always wear ear protection and a degree of eye protection at least. I have this set up here, and I have this other wood set up so that when I put my wood across, that wood will support it, and I also use 2 clamps when I do this. Measure twice, cut once. Alright, here we have our ZY vector 2x4. Placed, clamped, and supported with the long portion off on the left. Clean your tools up when you're done. I like to unplug, coil the cord. It's a little rag to wipe stuff off. I also blow it off. But lock this down so it can't move up and down, and then lock that down so it can't slide back and forth. Alright, here's what I mean by X, Y, and Z. You got your length. It's gonna be 96 inches, 8 foot. And that's your X. The Y, the height, is gonna be 80 inches. And then the Z, the width, is 69 inches. Here's our scrap pieces inserted in. The 4 Y pieces that we cut, where we had that template from another project, and the 4 Z pieces that we cut. We made our template today. Maybe we can find something good to use with them scrap pieces. First, set up your X and your Z, that's your length and your width. Set it up as your lower and upper bases and get them put together.
Working in the yard today. Look out for turtles. This guy was surprisingly in with the weeds. Don't think I injured him any. We're just giving him a little health and well-being check. Using the weed trimmer to do some before and after shots. And 3rd year I've been invited back to work at this property. It's getting pretty easy to maintain.
Peonies actually smell pretty darn good.
My customer loves to grill up some fish for me and show off for cooking. I love it. Back at Digger's Workshop. Three and a half inch screws are too long. Here's a drill bit I'm using, marked off to pre-drill. Only way to get those in. Even then they're hard. A lot of jumping around with the drill on the head. Used the cord drill to screw and the electric drill to drill. Finally I got some grease for them screws, and that seemed to help them get in there. Finished up by greasing them. We got the 2 plates, top and bottom, done. Tip the edges up. Clamp Y pieces on. 2 screws each bracket into top plate only. Use clamps to squeeze wood together, and then make sure all 4 screws per plate are finished before tipping. All clamps facing in on bottom plate. And in place, remove all clamps. Y pieces and bottom plate surfaces must touch ground. Clamp and screw. Cube before.
8 foot X.
Mobile unit after.
About 7 foot Y. 6 foot Z.
Thank you. Take care.